going, everybody? It's Josh, and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. So today, we want to feature my girls, Crystal and Brandy. So Brandy's brunette, Crystal's blonde. Okay, so just so you guys know when we reference that. And their company is Proper Print Source. Now, I'm going to ask them some questions. I thought it'd be cool to do an interview with them. If you're following our Tech Tuesdays, you know that we do a different company every Tuesday that I feel will be beneficial for you in your real estate business and to really up your game for 2021. Now, the very first thing I always like to put out there is some of these companies I do get an affiliate dollar from, and some of them I don't. So let's get this out of the way right now. Brandy, Crystal, I'm giving you guys a good plug because I think your business is awesome. Are you guys paying me anything for this?
No.
No. So this is just me literally saying this is a great company and you guys should use them. We're going to get into the whys. I think it's very beneficial and what you can do with them, but I really wanted to bring them on today because who better to go over the company and tell you what the benefits and what the cool stuff and why you should use them is than to go with them. So let's hear from them. And what's the very, very first thing that you guys bring to the table as far as what you would say your number one thing when somebody goes to your company? What is the number one product or number one thing that they come to you guys for?
The number one product would be anything print related. So we're pretty much the go-to for all marketing collateral, anything that you would need to promote your business, anything from business folders, brochures, direct mail, corporate gifting, promotional products, basically anything that you would put your logo on, we supply.
Awesome. So when the world turns back on, let's say, everybody's waiting to go to conferences right now. And one of the cool things that real estate agents love about going to conference is not necessarily just the sitting there and watching the PowerPoint presentation and getting the folders and all that, but the networking side. So if you needed business cards or if you were the one hosting the whole seminar, the whole conference, you guys could be the one to kind of set up, here's the packets that you're going to give out, and here's some branding material and things like that is what you're saying, right?
Yes, absolutely. Anything from conception, we can be the design and all the way through final delivery. So if you give us a concept, we can design it, produce it, and deliver.
Creative content. You see, you don't even have to come up with the idea yourself. Just say, hey, I need it, and they're going to take care of it for you, right? That makes it really super simple. Now, I heard through the grapevine and checking out your guys' stuff that you do websites too, right?
Yeah, we do.
Now, I'm only bringing that up because a lot of people will ask me, hey, Josh, what can you guys do? Hey, Josh, can you do our lead gen? Hey, Josh, can you take care of our CRM? And I get this question on the side a lot, which is, hey, can you build me a website? Now, we can, but we are so slam packed with all the other stuff that we never really have time to do somebody's website, because that's the first thing that people are going to go to when they're on the internet is they're going to go to your company's website. So these girls right here have a whole team dedicated to making you a website. I've seen their work. It's really good. If you guys have been looking for a website and you've been asking me to do it, I want you to give Crystal a call and tell her, hey, man, Josh told me to call you and build me a website, okay? You go through that avenue, and at the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys contact numbers. I'm going to give you all that stuff, and we'll make sure that you have all the info you need, okay? Now, what are some of the products that you guys can do? Now, one of the reasons I wanted to bring this, your guys' company up, which again, we'll have all the links for you guys and descriptions and at the end and all that, Proper Print Source, is closing gifts for real estate, right? What's people go out there, they do a transaction, they're buying a home. It's one of the most important decisions of your entire life. And that agent wants to get them a closing gift. Now, a lot of people just bring like, oh, here's a bottle of champagne. Oh, here's a little thank you card. Here's a little gift basket, like some type of edible arrangement. Let's get creative. And the reason we want to get creative with you guys and what you can bring to the table is keeping your name and your brand peace of mind as an agent. Is if I can do something cool like some champagne glasses with that bottle of champagne, or let's say my client is a whiskey connoisseur and I'm bringing that up because I really like my whiskey here and there, and you guys have some really, really cool whiskey glasses. We have a couple of different mock-ups that you guys made for me. So they've got everything from, you could get sunglasses, you can get lanyards, you could get, hats, you could get t-shirts. You can get, all kinds of stuff, hoodies. What else do you guys got for me? We were talking about Yeti cups for coffee, for water bottles, and you've got a couple examples to show off for me today. What do you got for me?
We've put together several different things for different companies. I think that we sent you a picture of some that we've done in the past.
Yep, got some of
Um,
those.
okay. And then
Flipping
this is
around.
something that we have done for our business for Proper.
I think about that. You got one of those, put your own logo on it, put something like that on there. That's pretty cool. These are all branding items that are just really going to keep your name out there. And I mean, one thing, somebody sitting there with a bottle of champagne, once that champagne's gone, your name's gone, right? 3 months down the road, they're breaking out the glasses. Think about gifts that people are going to keep and that people are going to use. And you tell these ladies right here, you say, Crystal, Brandy, I need an idea. I want to give a gift that they're going to use, and let them come up with the idea for you. Can you do that?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm looking over here at some of the stuff on my other screen that you guys sent. They have custom made masks. I mean, you got to wear masks right now in most places, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's some masks right here. Might as well hand out some masks that say your open house, a showing, something like that that has your name on it. I mean, I'm looking at some cool stuff over here. There's going to be some pictures, so you guys will be able to see them. What else do you guys got? I got stress balls. I'm looking at, what is this? It looks like some pogs, some coffee cups, all kinds of stuff. What is one of like a really custom made gift that you made? Didn't you do some type of cool wood engraving or?
This is a closing gift that we did recently.
That's pretty cool.
Basically, it's just etched in here. You can etch it with your company logo or any kind of design. We have generic standard stock shapes, and then we also offer each state. So this is Oregon because the realtor is from Oregon, but if you were in California, we have one for you as well.
Awesome. That's just like a little cheese board or cutting board, right?
Yeah.
And you can add to this, and if you wanted to give something else with that gift, you could add to it, anything that you chose to customize it, just however would work best for you.
Now, one of the reasons that I've been looking around, and I know if you're watching this, you're like, hey, Josh, there's some other companies that do stuff like this. And there is, but most of them are really, really generic. The companies that I've seen, don't want to bash anybody or use their names, but the companies I've seen, it's like a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, some socks, like basic things. It seems like everything that I've been talking to you girls about and, looking at the website, I asked you to send me some examples and things like that. It looks like basically if I had an idea, you guys could get it branded for me, right? All I got to do is have an idea. If I wanted to, here's a shot out of a cannon. It's wintertime, right? What if you were in a place like Southern California or Florida or something like that, and your target market is people wanting to get out of that winter, that snowy, snow time BS, and not deal with it anymore? What if I wanted, what are those ice scrapers, like for your windshield, right? What if I wanted to have ice scrapers that says something like, tired of using this? Give me a call. Josh, Florida real estate, whatever. So as far as when it comes to branding and, making special gifts, any type of, straight anything that you guys can come up with. You have any more examples, any other things you want to show me before we move on to something that I think is really cool that's beneficial?
This is pretty unique because there aren't very many people that can do custom license plates. I think we're one of 3 people in the world that can do custom and actually sell them. And so this is one that we did for a custom promo kit for Nike.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want a custom license plate now. I kind of want a custom license plate now. So if you heard her say this is a custom license plate, if I can talk, that they did for Nike, I didn't choose Proper Print Source to do for today because, there's 4 other companies that can do this out here. I chose them because they can do some very, very unique stuff. And also, I know these 2 girls personally, they're very creative, and they're going to help walk you through and get you what you want and come at you with some creative ideas. Now, they've also done plenty of very large companies I don't know if we can say, who your clients are or who you've worked with, but you've worked with some really, really good big companies, so if they can do this for some large companies, I'm sure they can do it for, a real estate team. I mean, if you guys want to name drop anybody you've worked with, if you can, go right ahead.
Yeah, we work with some large companies that are here in Portland, Nike being one of them, Adidas. We also work with Leupold and Stevens. We work with Freightliner. We do a ton of stuff for their events and their marketing. We do anything from USB drives to canopy tents. So 90% of our clients are rather large. And we've been working with them, and I've been in the industry for almost 20 years.
So I'm not going to say that they're a big deal, but they're kind of a big deal. I'm just throwing it out there. Seems like it's getting pretty serious. I don't know about you, but if I looked at your company and was like, oh, they do stuff for Nike and Adidas, and it's good enough for those multi-billion-dollar companies that are worldwide, they're probably going to do some cool stuff for my little real estate team, right? Now, as far as the pricing across the board goes, everything I've looked at has been really, really good on the pricing side. Just because they do stuff with large companies does not mean that I'm going to have to pay, a large sum of money just to get that same type of value. I am going to get a great value coming in with them for my small business as far as, anything like that goes. So don't be shying away because they do big business and then they're going to try and charge me big business prices. That's not what this is for. So I want to get into something that when I was talking to Crystal a few weeks ago about, doing this Tech Tuesday with you guys, you mentioned that you did mailers, right?
We do.
Do some mailers, for a couple of different companies, and you don't like to do it though.
Not that we don't like to do it. I mean, it's not our favorite, but that doesn't mean we don't do it.
Yes. Yeah, I put that out there because I want you guys to know that they're still going to do stuff, even if it's not their favorite thing to do. There's a bunch of stuff that's not my favorite thing to do, and I still do it for clients. But that's the same aspect I want to bring across to here. Now, what kind of mailer could I put out there? Let's say I wanted to do a mailer list. I'm real estate Carl. I'm real estate agent Carl, and I want to find some sellers. So I'm going to say, hey, Crystal, is there a way you could make me, say, a little postcard that goes out to everybody in my general area, say, in this zip code, in this Northwest region, this whatever? Do I pick a region? Can I go after, say, get me a mailer of people that have owned their home for 5 to 7 years, and you'll send out a postcard to all of them with my name and some little message. Could I do that?
Yes. And you can choose your demographic like you were talking about. You can say, I want it all sent to these specific zip codes, or, this income bracket, or, if everyone that's owned their home for 5 to 7 years, or people that have been renting for 3 or more years, you can choose the demographic that you want them sent out to.
Perfect. Now, that's where I would really come at this and at least get a good start, get a good conversation built with Crystal or Brandy, whoever you talk to. We're going to give you Crystal's information at the end of this so that she can be your point of contact. And here's where I would say you want to at least give her a call about this and talk about it. And here's why. One, Crystal's super fun to talk to. Okay. Brandy's more serious, but she just doesn't like to talk to me. Crystal's super fun to talk to, and you make that phone call, you're going to make that connection, you're going to go, okay, I like Crystal, she's fun. Now, the reason I say what you should do with this is go, hey, Crystal, give me this mailer list. Now, she said zip codes. Now, for all you guys that have been out there, you're doing Facebook advertising, or maybe I'm doing your Facebook advertising for you. I've done it before. We all know that you cannot go after zip codes. Facebook took that away, all that stuff. With these mailers, you can. Now, here's where it's going to get interesting is we're going to pick a zip code, and I'm going to go, hey, Crystal, give me people that have rented for more than 3 years, and give me people who have been in their home for 5 to 7, and I'm going to give you like 4 zip codes, right? Now, when you put together that whole thing, Could I get a CSV file of that info at the end, like before the mailers go out and all that?
Yes, that is included.
Oh, do you hear that? Included, you guys. Now, what that's important for is one, we're putting you right in front of everybody with that postcard mailer. Now, most people are going to walk to the mailbox. They're going to take out their mail. They're going to see, the trash mail and the little flyers and things like that. And they're going to glance it over and it's going to get thrown in the corner. So what? At least they saw your name. They saw your face for a second. But where I think this is really important is it's kind of a double whammy on there. Is they're going to get a postcard with your name on it. You're going to be able to target that a lot more by using those postcard mailers. But that CSV file, guys, that's where it's really important. Is that CSV file? You're going to get that from Crystal or Brandy when it's done, and you're going to take that CSV file and you're going to upload it into your Facebook ads if you're running them. And there is a way to do that in your special ad audience and your custom audiences. If you don't know how to do it, you're going to want to reach out to me and I'll show you. But what that's going to do is get those same people, you're going to get an ad right in front of them. So you're getting them double time. Hey, I just saw so-and-so's mailer in the mail the other day, and now I'm seeing their ad on Facebook. It's a double-edged sword, you guys. You're going to want to use it. I think it's great. We're going to get Crystal's information for you at the end. Girls, is there any more creative stuff that you want to throw out there for me? You don't want to BS about, stuff that you've wanted to do with the real estate market or any type of real estate agents? Any ideas that you guys have that you think might be cool that people should know?
I would just like to say that we're kind of a one-stop shop. It's, you won't have to work with us and several other people. We can do it all, from your mailers to your closing gifts to anything in between. I would also like to point out that we're super competitive in our pricing. That's one thing that we pride ourselves on, is just, being able to offer our products and our services at a price that people can afford. Can you think of anything?
Just to kind of add on to that, a lot of times the realtors that we've worked with, they say that in the past they've ordered through an online ordering system. And sometimes that can get a little tricky. You have to have the perfect file. You have to know exactly what you're doing. And sometimes you just don't have that knowledge. So to be able to work with a company like ours, where you can send us what you want, and then we can add the personal touch, and actually, you get a person on the phone and somebody to assist you for the same price. A lot of people don't realize that that's an option. So a lot of people, I think, have chosen to kind of switch gears from doing the online ordering and start working and building relationships with us. So
that's awesome. Now, here's a fun fact for you guys. For everybody that's watching, is Crystal and Brandy and I have been friends for a long, long time. Since these two were little babies, I still was kind of an old man. But, they were at least, I've known you guys since you were like 20 or 21, maybe. Now we're what, 23, 24 now? So it's been a few years. But the fun fact here is that if you are an agent, you're working with me and what I'm doing, and you want to reach out to them, is that now you've taken a lot of that time and having to relay anything to them that I'm doing for you, or that my team's doing for you, because they'll just reach out to me and go, hey, Josh, we're talking to Carl. He says that we want to do this, 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 and this. Crystal or Brandy can just call me and say, hey, what format do you need this in? They don't even have to bother you anymore. You just let it loose. If any time they need something because you've asked them and they're like, hey, Josh, what format does this have to go in? Obviously, I'm going to share it, but they pretty much know everything on that. It would just be if we were doing something really custom, creative, things like that. So you're almost looking at going, hey, now I've got my two different teams working together because they can just call and talk to each other, and I don't have to talk to them, and I can go do what I do best, which is get out there and sell homes and get people purchasing homes. Let them work on all that stuff with the branding, the marketing, the advertising, all that junk. So I think that's a pretty cool deal, and that's one of the reasons I really wanted to bring them on to Tech Tuesday and, kind of just showcase them. Is that somebody I can reach out to when I need some help with some stuff, and I'm somebody they can reach out to when they need anything on some help. And you know what? Hit us up. hit up Crystal. It's at the end. It's going to be right about there. Boom. That will be the information for you. So you can reach out to her and see what Proper Print Source can do for you, you guys. You're going to want to check them out. Crystal, Brandy, thank you so much for joining me.